What's going on, guys? So you may remember this enclosure that I was building in I don't know if it was the last video, but I kind of put it towards the end of one of my previous videos. It was a little sneak peek, and I said that I was going to get some new iguanas. Well, here are the iguanas. I'm going to show you them in a second, but as you can see, they're very small and I can't use this enclosure, so I didn't even bother finishing it. The reason why I can't use this enclosure is because I used this mesh for the lamps. So you can see right there, that's gonna be what holds the lamps there for whatever animal is in here. And these babies fit very easily through there. All right, so here's the enclosure I'm gonna be using. It's a small 10-gallon. I was gonna use this one, but then I noticed that the same thing, I doubt they could get up there, but I did put them in here last night because I got home late after picking them up, and one was in there, and these guys are so small that I don't even want to bother them. Like, I don't want to risk them coming out of here, because if they get lost, I'm pretty sure they would die because of how small they are. Obviously, I've lost my rhino iguanas in here before, but my rhino iguana, but as you can see, my rhino iguana is much bigger than these guys. This is the female, and look at her. She's got a oh, she got freaked out because she was sleeping, but you can see she's got a fat stomach. They were eating some Missouri today, and I gotta take it out because that gets bad. I also gotta take out all this lettuce. So we don't want them eating that. But yeah, there's my rhino iguana, and here are the new guys. So what I'm doing today is basically building these little iguanas a nursery. So obviously I already cleaned this enclosure. Now I just gotta dry it up, and I wanna make sure that these guys are completely healthy and clean in here. That's why I make sure that all the enclosures are clean. Even when you get a brand new one, you wanna make sure you clean it up so that it doesn't bring anything bad from the pet shop. Although this enclosure was mine already for a long time, because I do get a lot of free 10 gallons since I have the rescue. When people drop off some of the animals, they just let me keep all the enclosures, because obviously why would they want the box that the animal was in if they don't even have the box anymore? So 10 gallons are very common because people unfortunately get the cheapest, smallest enclosures for their animals. Now for the substrate, I'm going to be using some cypress mulch, which is probably my favorite substrate. It's what I use for all my animals. Well, some of them have peat moss, as you can see, but most of them have cypress mulch. And another scoop in here. And this is kind of a mix of cypress mulch and peat moss. It's not just cypress mulch. And this helps these guys dig up a little bit if they want to. Now their little hide right here in the corner. And I want to get them something so that they could bask, obviously so they could get some water. I got a small deli cup with a little bit of water so these guys could drink. Put it right there in the corner. This is where the heat lamp is going to be, which is right here. I'm going to put the heat and UVB in here, a small bulb, so that it could get a little bit warm, you know, because obviously it's a 10 gallon. We can't put anything too big because it'll get too hot in here. All right, so now I'm outside. I'm trying to find some wood so that I could put in the enclosure. While we're at it, let's feed some of the turtles. These are, I already threw in the food and the camera wasn't recording, but the Indian spotted turtles are eating over here. Right now I'm feeding them a little bit of Missouri turtle diet. And I like feeding these guys, there's Godzilla, the snapping turtle right there. I like to feed these guys the Missouri pellets, probably maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And they also eat a lot of small fish. I always replenish this with small fish. And I also feed them insects like crickets and superworms sometimes as well. It's so cool. The water is super clear. Obviously there's no more fish because these guys destroyed every single one of them, but I only put the fish in here so that the turtles could eat. So I have this big piece of driftwood and I have this part left over. If I can't really find anything, I'll probably just cut off that piece over there and use that. But I wanted to look inside the bird cage to see if... All right, the only piece that is in here is this small one, which I don't think I want to use. And check out the iguanas. These guys are legal to keep as pets now again. They like to hide in there and in the corners, as you can see, but they always come out during the day. They'll eat the grass. I feed them a little bit of romaine lettuce and other things as well. And your water's right there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just get a piece of hibiscus or mulberry, because these guys have been using these types of sticks, and I obviously want to get something a little bit more natural for the iguanas. All right, so here's the hibiscus and the yellowfoot tortoise enclosure. You can see these guys are all walking around. Recently I've been leaving this hide unlocked up like this because I don't know, I just think that it's better like this. They have more room to get sun. They could come out here, and I'm probably gonna have to get them some smaller hides. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with them yet. Well, obviously I'm gonna keep them, but I mean like for the hides, because before this was covered in ferns and different plants, but obviously they came in and destroyed everything in probably a couple days. And these guys love to be in the water. I cleaned the water earlier, probably like at 1, and right now it's still really good. Sometimes they dirty it in the first hour though, so you gotta constantly be changing their water. All right, so here's the branch. I'm also gonna get a thicker one because as you can see the Missouri is very... Hey, slow down, buddy. I'll give you a leaf here. You could have all the leaves. Oh no, not the wood though. I need the wood. Oh my god, these guys are crazy. Here you go, bud. So yeah, as you can see, when I first got these guys, they were super scared, and look how tame they are now. Let me see if I can even pet their heads. Look at that. So cool. Tortoises are, I mean, not, well, in most cases, they get tame up very good. These are wild caught tortoises, the yellowfoots. I didn't import them myself. They were from another breeder, but they did come from the wild. When I got them, though, they were still scared of people. And look how tame they are now. So that's pretty cool. A little bit of food, and these guys really go a long way. Anyways, I'm probably gonna cut off some of these leaves and feed it to the rest of the tortoises and some for the iguanas as well. And now you're eating the scissors. Are you serious? What are you doing? All right, there we go. All the leaves for this guy now. Those are all sleeping. This one's probably gonna come over here. Oh, they're all waking up. The one over there in the corner's coming. This one's coming. This one's coming. These already ate today, by the way. I fed them Missouri earlier. I don't think there's any left. These guys have very good sense of smell. I just throw the Missouri all over the place and they find it and eat it themselves. All right, so here we go. I put in a little skull. They're gonna be able to hide in here as well. This is gonna be their basking spot right here. And I put in the hibiscus, although this is very weak. They're very light, so I don't think there's gonna be any problems with it. But this is what they're mostly gonna be climbing on. This is a little bit, just for them to think about it a little bit, you know. It's good enrichment to have them have to think on what they could step on and what not to step on. And this is also very good enrichment for me because once they climb up here and jump out of this enclosure, I'm gonna have to chase them around the whole house. And here's the supposed female. The male is in here already. You can see he has a little blue dot in there. And right now these guys are very young, so obviously they're gonna be hard to sex, but it's more easy to sex them than a tortoise. Tortoises can't be sexed when they're babies. All right, so let's put this girl in here, and there we go. Let me put this back on before they escape, and we gotta put on their lamps. Check it out. Look how nice the enclosure looks. Obviously, there's not gonna be too much greenery in here for too long. Oh, and I forgot one more thing that I need to add, but check them out back there. And we need to name these two guys. Remember, I already got Harley and Jay, my rhino iguanas. You can see Harley's right there in the corner. And outside, I got my Cuban rock iguanas, Bonnie and Clyde. So I wanna keep the same theme going for these two little ones right here. So if you guys know any criminals or supervillains that are a couple, let me know in the comments section so that we could pick out a name for them. And here's the next thing we gotta get these guys. These are isopods, and this roach has been in here for so long. I don't know how it got in here, but he became part of the colony. So, all right, this colony I think has gotten a little bit smaller than it used to be. There's still a good amount though. But I definitely remember it being a lot bigger. Not sure if these guys are starting to die off or what's going on. Maybe they're starting to inbreed too much, so the genetics are getting weaker. Anyways, let's put some of these guys in here. Oh man, that's all poop right there. Oh shoot, the roach was on there. I think that is a good amount for now. Let's put some isopods in here. And these guys, for those of you that don't know, they basically clean up all the enclosures. They'll eat leftover food and poop in here. And it basically makes the enclosure a little bit more bioactive. Although this isn't completely bioactive because there's no plants or anything, it wouldn't really sustain itself completely. But these guys do help clean up so that I don't have to worry about it as much as I normally would. And check out the male in there. He's already getting on top of the basking spot. So I'm sure these guys will get eaten off by the iguanas because these guys are insectivores as well as herbivores. They're omnivores. They eat greens and insects. So let's see, maybe we could see some of them eat. And I'll probably feed them tomorrow so that you guys can see that as well. because I doubt they're gonna eat now. Oh, look at that. She's already looking at it. See if maybe they'll go for it. In order to catch the isopods, they have to be fast though, because the isopods aren't gonna be sticky on the surface for too long. There we go. All the isopods are right here, but she's looking over there. Oh, there we go. Look at that, how cool. So there are the new iguanas, and this is kind of like a little thumbnail. These guys, I am really happy with the way that this enclosure looks. It's a small enclosure. I don't really like making small enclosures like these, but obviously these two little ones can't be in a big enclosure. Look at this. Rubbing up against each other. Are you breeding already, dude? You guys are barely, I actually don't know how old they are. I gotta ask Jacob. If you guys don't know, I got these guys from Jacob Fetter. These are Tenosura, Bakeri. I'm not really too confident on pronouncing that. And these babies are critically endangered in the wild. So, you know, I always like, right now I'm starting to try and get into more, into species that are more endangered so that I could breed something that not a lot of people are breeding, and so that I could help at the same time, because obviously there's a lot of competition with the sulcatas and the redfoots. So I'm trying to get away from that, and I want to get into like Bakeris, the Indian spotted turtles, although I'm not going to be selling a lot of them because obviously you can't be shipping in some of the endangered species like the radiated tortoises and the Indian spotted turtles. It's more specific laws, and I'm not really breeding, or I don't plan on keeping these guys for profit. I mostly just want to breed them for conservation. I do, and the rhino iguanas and the Cuban rock iguanas, I will breed so that I could obviously maintain the other species like these, because keeping these animals is not free. It definitely costs a lot of money to take care of all the animals that I have. So there we go. Look how nice that looks. Decided to put them right there, and now it's very nice and flush. BX bulb died, so I gotta fix that. And there we go, finally done editing. I got this little girl right here helping me out. What's up, girl? Yeah, she's been kicking my back the whole time while I've been editing the video. All right, but that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys don't follow my Instagram, make sure you do so. As you can see, about to hit 70K on there. So I don't really get as many views as on YouTube as I do on Instagram. So I don't really promote my other socials on YouTube too much, but if you guys do want to check out my Instagram, it's Shadows Reptiles, so you can do that there. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I feel like today was a little bit more awkward for me to film. Not really sure why. I guess I've just been listening to a little bit too much Juice WRLD, so I've been a little down recently. So yeah, I started school back up, and it's been a lot more time consuming, everything over here. You know, I have not had much time to rest at all. I've been working, pretty much wake up 8 in the morning, go to school till like 1, because I am in college. I just started college. I'm 18 years old, for those of you wondering. A lot of people think that I'm much older, but I'm 18. And yeah, so I go to school until around 1, and then I get out. I take care of all the animals, and then I have a little bit of free time, and then around 4 to 5, depending how busy the day is, I have to start shipping tortoises and merchandise out as well. Speaking of merchandise, I got some new masks in. I haven't really been promoting it yet because I'm waiting on the shipping supplies, but I already listed them on my website. So if you guys are interested in getting yourself one, you could do so on shadowsreptiles.com/shop. And these masks, with all the profit that I make from it is gonna go straight to the animals and helping build enclosures and get them food and everything like that. But yeah, depending on how those masks do, I'm gonna start selling hoodies and shirts as well. I already have a design and everything. I just haven't printed it out yet because it's obviously expensive. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to sell off like 100 shirts or 100 hoodies. So we will see. But for now, if you guys do want to help support the channel, you can go check out shadowsreptiles.com/shop and get yourself a mask. Or I also have the donations part in the rescue section. which I don't really like to ask people for donations unless it's a specific rescue that I take in. Right now, I mean, I still have a bunch of animals to take care of, but I don't have a specific rescue, so I don't have anything like any medical bills that are pretty expensive to take care of. So right now, it's not really a big deal, but if you do want to support like a little bit for the food, you could do so on there. And what else? So yeah, depending how these masks do, I will do some merch probably next month. We will see, because obviously on YouTube I don't have a lot, but I do have about 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers on TikTok. So that's probably gonna help me promote it. I'm just not exactly sure how I'm gonna promote it on TikTok. I guess I just have to wear the shirt or something, but I don't really want to make just like a 60-second ad for a t-shirt because I feel like that's not gonna do well. But anyways, yeah, I'm going off talking for no reason, but hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Like I said, leave some name suggestions in the comment section. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, and have a great day.